China is trying to provoke India. China wants to take on Australia. China is in a trade war with the United States, and China is fighting 6 countries in the South China Sea. But can China afford all this aggression? In other words, does Beijing have the money to run this campaign of provocation? In a single word, the answer is no. And tonight I come to you with some numbers that expose China's vulnerabilities. Its financial stress, its debt. I also tell you why the situation is unlikely to improve anytime soon. You see, the Chinese economy is in a state of crisis. Corporate debt defaults are set to exceed 100 billion yuan for a third consecutive year. According to a report, in the last 2 weeks, China has seen a surge in missed repayments. Onshore delinquencies have touched 104 billion yuan, or $15.8 billion, and offshore delinquencies are pegged at $8.1 billion. What is to be blamed for this? China's flawed policies. Beijing exported the Wuhan virus. It hit the global supply chain. China pulled the world into recession, hit businesses world over, created a mess of the global economy. But Beijing wanted to ensure that Chinese businesses tide through this crisis and maybe profited from it. So what China did is that it opened up its credit taps, gave out more loans, doubled down on debt. Now, 11 months into the pandemic, lenders want their money back. But businesses do not have the resources to repay. Hence, these defaults. I have 2 questions now. First, Chinese companies are defaulting on repayments at such a huge scale. Corporate debt is exceeding 100 billion yuan for the 3rd straight year. How then is China claiming that everything is business as usual? It was just last month that China said its economy is back on track with a 4.9% growth in Q3. Question number 2, what do these numbers say about the situation in China? They say, never trust numbers coming out of China. For all you know, the real situation could be worse. Chinese companies are missing payments for a variety of reasons, but topping the chart is bankruptcy. At least 43.8 billion yuan could not come in because 7 companies filed bankruptcy restructuring applications. And this includes the Peking University founder group. Technology is the worst hit industry here, which has accounted for more than a third of the average default. So it comes down to this. China is under a lot of financial stress, and it should not be trying to provoke its neighbor because it cannot afford to do so. Here's something else. China's financial situation is unlikely to improve anytime soon. Have a look at the headlines. They spell disaster for Chinese trade and businesses. Reuters is reporting that the United States will be adding at least 4 more Chinese companies to its defense blacklist, taking the total number of blacklisted companies to 35. Joining that list is China's top chip maker, SMIC, or Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corp. China's national offshore oil and gas producer, CNOOC, will be blacklisted as well. The US claims that these companies are owned or controlled by the Chinese military. And there is more. The UK has asked all telecom providers to stop installing Huawei equipment in 5G networks starting September next year. They have also been told to rip out all Huawei equipment from 5G networks by 2027. Huawei, remember, was once China's blue-eyed boy. It was supposed to be Beijing's stairway to global tech dominance. Today, Chinese tech companies are being shunned globally. They are defaulting on payments at home. Shouldn't Beijing be indulging in serious policy rethinking for saving its businesses and overcoming the financial stress instead of staring at the other side of the border?
Thank you for watching Gravitas on WION's YouTube channel. If you want to stay up to date with what's happening around the world, then subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like and share. Thank you very much for watching WION. World is One.